Okay, so now we will do using integration using the formula sheet. This is the derivatives and the integrals, the standard integrals you will see in the formula sheet. And sometimes to solve some questions, some integrals, you will need to use the formula sheet to help you to solve the questions, because we don't expect you, or even we don't know the things by heart. You can know them by heart, but I think there's no point to learn them by heart if you have the formula sheet in front of you, but it's up to you. So first of all, let's do the example here. We have the integral for 4 cot x dx. Okay, so what we do here, we look at the formula sheet if we have anything to cover the cot. So yes, I have this. Yeah, we have cot x dx equals ln sine x plus c. So immediately we can say, therefore, this is going to be like, you can put the 4 outside if you want. It's like 4 integral for cot x dx, and the integral for cot x is ln sine x plus c. So it's going to be 4 ln sine x plus c. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one here, we have the integral of secant tan x dx. If we look in the integral here, secant tan, we don't have any secant tan. But if we look at the differentiation, the standard derivatives, we have secant tan here. The derivative of the secant is secant tan. The derivative of the secant is secant tan. And as you know, the integration is opposite to the differentiation. Yeah. So therefore, if the derivative of secant x is secant tan, that means the integration for secant tan is secant x. So we can write this down as secant x plus c. Okay. The next one, we have the integral of 5 cosecant squared dx. Look at the formula sheet. Do I have cosecant squared? We don't have cosecant squared. We have cosecant x. It's not same as cosecant squared. Yeah, I have cosecant x, which is not same as cosecant squared. But again, if I look at the derivative standard here, then we got the derivative of the cot is minus cosecant squared. Yeah, this one here. The derivative of the cot is minus cosecant squared. And again, because we know the integration is opposite to the differentiation, therefore, that means the integration for minus cosecant squared will give us cot. But we have integration for cosecant squared, not minus. Then in that case, the answer is going to be minus cot. Okay. So again, we can put this 5 outside. We can write it down as 5 integral for cosecant squared x dx. And from the derivative standard, we have the derivative of cot is minus cosecant squared. Therefore, the integral of cosecant squared will be minus cot x. So it's minus 5 cot x plus c. Okay? Right. Okay, so in this question, we can simplify first before we carry on. And we put here I equals just to make it easier instead of every time writing the integral equals. So this can be equals the integral, yeah, as of cosine x over sine x, I write it this way, multiplied by 1 over sine x. So this is the sine squared, minus 2e to the power x dx. Okay, cosine over sine is cot, so this can be cot integral of cot x times 1 over sine, which is cosecant, cosec x, and yeah, so we can write it this way, minus 2e to the power x dx. Now we look at the formula sheet if we have anything to do with cot x, cosecant x. So we can see in the derivative part here, we have minus cosecant cot equals the derivative of cosecant. So that means if we integrate the cosecant, the cot cosecant or cosecant cot, we will get cosecant x. Okay. We don't have minus cot cosecant, we have only positive. That means the answer is going to be minus cosecant. So this will be so this will be minus cosecant x, and then the integral of minus 2e to the power x, we know this, which will be same as it is for e to the power x, so it's minus 2e to the power x plus c. So that's, excuse me, that's the answer for it. Okay, right. Now I will write some questions for you. I might assign you to do them for me, actually, and I will do it as well. Record. Okay, so the first question, we have secant squared x plus e to the power x plus x to the power 5. Basically what we've been asked to do is to integrate. So all of them, they have like integration symbol. So the secant squared is from the formula sheet here. We can see here, the first one here, d over dx for the tan is secant squared. So that means the integration for secant squared will give us tan. So we can say here it's tan x, that's going to be tan x, right? And the integration for e to the power x, it's same as it is, so it's plus e to the power x, because the integral of e to the power x equals e to the power x. Integral of e to the power 5x, for example, dx is going to be e to the power 5x divided by 5. Maybe you remember it now. Okay, plus the integral of x to the power 5 is going to be x to the power 6, and you add 1 to the power, divide by the new power, and then plus c. Don't forget the c. C, it has 1 mark for it in the exam, and this exam you're going to write yourself. So if you forget to write the c, you will lose that 1 mark. Okay, it's not like the online before.
Miss?
It was written for you.
Miss?
So for the second one, 5e to the power x, this time here 5, it's multiplied by e to the power x. So you don't need to divide by 5 or anything. So we'll just write it down as 5 as it is, and the integral of e to the power x is going to be e to the power x. So 5e to the power x. The integral of the sine is minus cosine. So that's why it's going to be minus cosine x multiplied by minus 4. It's going to be plus 4 cosine x. And then plus 2x, so you add 1 to the power divided by the new power, so it's going to be 2x squared divided by 2, and you will cancel the 2, so we'll end up with x squared. And plus 3x and plus c. Okay, the last one third one is cosecant squared x. So if we look here, cosecant squared x, we have d over dx cot equals minus cosecant squared. So in this case, it's going to be minus cot. Yeah. So it's going to be minus 2 cot x plus the cosecant x. If we look at there as well, cosecant, we look for something only the cosecant. We have the integral of the cosecant here. Integral of cosecant x, the orange one here, is minus ln cosec plus cot x. Right, so there's going to be minus ln, then is cosecant plus cot x. Okay, and plus 14x, it's going to be 14x squared divided by 2, so that's 7x squared plus c. Right, the next one here, we have 1 over x, so that's ln x, so that's ln x, plus, okay, I'll write this next to it in another way as well. So this, I'll just go back to the question. So that means the integral of 1 over x plus x to the power minus 2 plus x to the power minus 3 dx. Okay, that's what it means. So now the 1 over x is ln x to the power minus 2, you will add 1 to the power divided by the new power. So this is going to be x to the power minus 1 over minus 1, and the minus minus 1 over x. And then the x to the power minus 3, it's going to be x to the power minus 2 divided by minus 2. So it's minus, what is it, x squared? No, sorry. It's minus x squared minus half, minus 1 over 2 x to the power minus 2, or 1 over 2x squared. Okay, plus c. Minus 2, 1 over 2 x to the power minus 2 plus c, same thing. Right, the last one here. Right, the 3x is going to be 3x squared over 2. So it's a 3 over 2x squared minus secant tan. Do we have secant tan somewhere? So we have in the, what is it? The second one in the derivative, we have secant tan. So that's the derivative of the secant is secant tan. So therefore the integration of secant tan is going to be secant x. So that's going to be minus 6 secant, secant x. Okay, and plus 1 is x, plus c. And that's it. Right. Next one I'm going to do here is, let's say, one over sine squared x, 1 over sine squared x plus 8 over x minus x. 1 over sine plus 8 over x minus x. Okay, so to solve this, again, we need to integrate. Let's do this, dx. Okay, 1 over sine squared, we change it into another format as 1 over sine squared, it means cosecant squared. So this is like the integral of cosecant squared plus 8 over x. So it's like 8 times 1 over x minus x here, dx. Right. Do we have anything in the formula sheet about the cosecant squared? We look here, cosecant squared, we do have something. So we have here d over dx for the cot equals minus cosecant squared. So therefore the integral of the cosecant squared is minus cot x, right? So this is going to be minus cot x. Then this is going to be plus 8 ln x, because it's like 8 times 1 over x, and the integral for 1 over x is ln. Then minus x squared over 2 plus c. Okay, right. So that's the blue question here. Next question is, do you have space here? Yes. The cosine x multiplied by 1 plus cosecant squared x. Okay. Again, we need to simplify this. Right. So first of all, we can multiply out the brackets. That means multiply cosine times 1 plus cosine times cosecant squared. So this becomes cosine x plus cos x cosecant squared x dx. Right? Now, the integral for the cosecant, for the cosine is sine. Yeah? So this is going to be sine x here plus the cosecant, cosine times cosecant squared. We can simplify this further. And well, before I integrate, let me just go back to the step repeated. So let's say it's cosine x plus cosine times cosecant squared. It's like, right, you can write it like cosine x, and the cosecant, it means 1 over sine squared. Sine x and sine x. Yeah, sine squared, it's like sine multiplied by sine. So if we look at this pink one, cosine over sine, it's cot. Yeah? So this becomes cosine x here, the integral for cosine, plus cot x, because we need to reach something we can find in the formula sheet. So cot x, and 1 over sine is cosecant. Dx. Okay? And now we integrate. The integral for cosine is sine x plus the cot cosecant. Cot cosecant, we have, where are you, cot cosecant? It's okay. The cot cosecant is minus cosecant x. So it's minus cosecant x plus c. And that's it. Okay.